Hi BookTube, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Today is Saturday, September the 22nd, and yeah, it's about 7 o'clock at night, so a very late start to the vlog today. I was busy today, I was busy and lazy all at the same time. You guys ever have weekends like that? So this morning I got up, I was up about 8 o'clock this morning, and I sat down and I edited the vlog that went up today, so last Saturday's vlog. Oh my gosh, I had no idea it was going to be that long, you guys. I do apologize. But a lot of you seem to like it, so it is what it is. I'm not going to purposely try and make them all that long. Believe me, I'll try and keep them on the shorter side, but no promises. You guys know I like to talk. So yeah, I did that, and then my husband woke up because he doesn't finish work till 11 o'clock at night, so he's not going to come home and go to bed. He comes home, he has dinner, and he sits up and he plays World of Warcraft till like 3 o'clock in the morning, which is fine. And then he got up about 11 o'clock, and we had to go grocery shopping today. We usually go on Sundays. Sundays and Mondays are his day off, but tomorrow I'm busy. I'm going to be out all day long, so we can't go grocery shopping. So he woke up, he wasn't feeling that great, and I said, you know what? Let me know what it is that you want. I will go grocery shopping. And I did. And let me tell you guys, I much prefer grocery shopping on my own. For those of you with husbands or with children or with big children, aka husbands, you guys will know that grocery shopping with somebody else can be a bit of a pain. He likes to look at this, he likes to look at that. All these things end up in our cart that we really don't need. So I went quick, easy, done. I had to get Goran's medication. So I get the prescription from our vet's office, and then I actually fill the prescription at Walmart because the puffer that he takes, because he's asthmatic, my cat, is a puffer that anybody else who has asthma would take. It's the same thing. I just have a special chamber thing that we have to use to give him his puffer. But anyway, I had to get that, and I went to the pharmacy, and the girl hands it to me. She's like, oh, here you go, it's done. And I'm like, don't I have to pay? She's like, it's covered. I'm like, it's covered by what? She says, well, under your insurance, because both my husband and I have insurance through work, and for ourselves, we don't pay for medication, thank goodness, because mine can get rather expensive. But anyway, I'm like, no. I'm like, he's not a dependent. She goes, he's not your child? I'm like, I like to think that, but he's small and furry. I said, it's a cat. And then I get into the whole discussion with them as, how do you give a puffer to a cat? Very carefully is the answer. So that was kind of funny. So she says, I can't believe like that that the fact that I was kind of arguing with them that no, I have to pay for this. And I said to her, I go, listen, I said, I could have very easily taken it and walked away, but A, I'm far too honest to do that. It's not cheap. It's like $60 for this puffer. Luckily, it lasts him about 3 months, so that's okay. The other thing is that the insurance company, I'm sure, would have contacted me and said, problem. And then I could have gotten in big trouble. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just deal with it now. So it took a few extra minutes. So that is what it is. So I got home from my grocery shopping, and I had some lunch. Then I took Garrett to work. And then I came home. Oh, I stopped at Salvation Army, and I may have bought like 15 more books. I would sit here and show them to you guys, but I am currently in the middle of like an overhaul of my Harlequin wall, or my Harlequin bookshelf, and I've got all the books taken down, and I'm trying to add them all to Goodreads and make sure I've got everything, labeled properly on Goodreads, because I've been having issues. I've been looking for a good app to catalog books, and everything that I found, either I don't know if I trust it, if it's like a fly-by-night app that might like go away and then I lose everything I had, or it's one you have to pay for. And I don't want to pay a big chunk of money. So finally I just decided I'm just going to use Goodreads, and all the books that I own, the print books that I own, are going on Goodreads as well. I've been doing that anyway, but I'm labeling them as print books. The reason I'm doing that is because when I go to these used bookstores, if I'm looking for books and I look at a book, I can't necessarily tell from the cover whether I own it or not. I can usually tell if I've read it or not, but whether I own it or not. And because I'm collecting them, I kind of want to know. So now at least I can look it up on Goodreads and go, okay, yes, I have it. So anyway, yes, sir, I was talking about you in the video. Did you want to come up and say hi to the people? Probably not. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm making sure they're all on Goodreads and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I was doing that, and then I started doing that. All the books are off the shelf. They're all on the floor. They're in piles, but they're all on the floor. And then I decided it was time for a nap. because clearly I had done far too much this morning. So I went and I laid down. I'm still getting over this cold, so to be fair, I think I needed the sleep. So I slept for a good couple hours, and then I woke up and I did some more with the books, but then I was starving. So I went over and I got dinner, and now I'm home. And Goran's gonna protest the conditions by scratching. No, you're not gonna scratch? Do you want to come say hi? The people love seeing you. They love seeing your face. Hold on, guys. Say hello to the people, Mr. Goran. Say hello, people. He's my monster. He's my big, big monster. I love him dearly. That's why we pay for the medications. He is my child, just not in the eyes of the law. Now he's just going to lean right against my arm and be like, yes, just continue petting me. So anyway, so that has been my day. So I really haven't gotten much reading done today, or anything at all like that. I feel like I should be like an evil tycoon. Yes, Mr. Bond. Can I let you down now? You're getting heavy. Go on. Ow, claws. Dig the claws in to jump off. All right, I will come pet you in a minute. Okay. We have one of those gloves. You might have seen them on infomercials or on like Facebook ads or something. And it's a glove and it's got like the plasticky like little bumps on the one side, and it's to brush, and then they show that you can just pull the fur off. We have one. Like the fur doesn't pull off like that. You kind of got to work at it, but it does come off relatively easily. He loves it. I mean, he begs for it. He will sit, because it sits up on the cabinet over here. He will sit in front of that cabinet and stare at it until you know, give him the glove, essentially. So anyway, so that's that. So before I get into this whole reading vlog thing, this is probably already going to be a 20-minute clip. Let me show you what I've been knitting this week, because I like showing this to you guys, my first thing in these vlogs. And thank you so much. Somebody commented for my last one I just saw earlier that they love the colors of the sweater. Thank you so much. A little something I think I'm going to show you guys in this too. So last week I was there. There was my little stitch marker, and I got that much done. So, oops, let's try going this way. So I'm about half done this sleeve. My goal was actually to get this done today. No. That's what happens when you take a 2-hour nap. So no, I did not get the sleeve done, but I'm almost onto the pink part of it, and then after that it should just fly. So I'm hoping by the end of this week this will be done, and then I just have to pick up around the collar here and just clean up the edge of it and just pick up, it's called an I-cord bind off, and I have to do that. And the cool thing about that is, let me hold the sweater up like this, is you do the bind off like all the way around, but then this section right here, like for the bind off, will actually be in that same pink color as the sleeve. So that's what's going to kind of, you're going to get this little strip of pink right here, which will be kind of fun, kind of to keep it all like together in a way. So anyway, as I always say, this is the Seclude Sweater by Alicia Plummer. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, but it is a fantastic pattern, super easy knit. Like I said, I wanted to finish it today, mainly because I kind of wanted to wear it tomorrow when I go out, but I'll probably pull out one of my other sweaters. I haven't decided if I want to wear the pumpkin ale or the campsite cardigan. I might wear the pumpkin ale because orange is my color, and you know, I'm hoping for good luck tomorrow, so let's see. So I'll show you that afterwards. So yeah, so that's the sweater. That's what I've done so far this week. It doesn't look like a lot because like I said, you guys know if you watched last week's vlog, I have been sick. The other thing, because I didn't get a lot of lunches this week because I wasn't at work, I got a little bit, I tried to knit on this a little bit every day, but I really didn't get that far. But my sock. So the little witch stitch marker, can you see her? Isn't she cool? That's where I was the last time. I just had the toe cast on, so I've done, I'm about halfway done, a little more than halfway done the foot. The pattern is Hermione's Everyday Sock. So there it is. It's a really, really basic pattern. This is a great pattern that you don't have to actually follow the sock pattern per se. I do my own toe, I'll do my own heel, I'll do my own length of the leg, I'll do my own length of the cuff, like however I want, like my own sock recipe. And most people who knit socks have their own recipe of what is the perfect sock for them. But this pattern is so easily incorporated. It's a 4-row repeat, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and essentially like the first row, it's like knit 3, purl 1 all the way across. The second row, you just knit. The third row, you knit 1, purl 1, knit 3, purl 1. So you just kind of offset that purl stitch by 1, and then the fourth row you knit again, and then you do the pattern all over again. And it creates this really neat texture pattern, and I really, really love it. It's just mindless enough that you can do it without thinking too much about it. And once you've done a couple rows, you kind of know the pattern by heart. And, you know, I do keep track of what row I'm on just so I know, but like even from back, isn't that beautiful? It's going to be really, really pretty. This is like the third or fourth time I've knit this sock pattern. So again, it's called Hermione's Everyday Socks, and it's by Erica Luter. And again, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. So go ahead and check it out. She does give you, how to do the heels, how to do the toes if you don't know how to do that. It would be a great beginner sock pattern too. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. Living in my little witchy bag because it's Hermione's sock. So the sweater, like I said, I'm hoping to get that done sooner rather than later. I should actually have it done hopefully in the next few days. And my friends and I were talking the other night about our trip in October because we're all going together. And, you know, somebody mentioned this hat. And it's called the Barley Hat. It's by Tin Can Knits, which if you're a beginner knitter and you're looking for beginner knitter patterns, check out Tin Can Knits. The Barley Hat is a fantastic hat pattern. They now released the Barley Light, which is the regular Barley Hat was knit with worsted weight yarn or your medium weight yarn. The Barley Light is knit in sock weight yarn. So I thought I really wanted to do this because I thought it would be a lot of fun. So I kind of went stash diving and I found this yarn that I had, a friend of mine actually dyed. She used to dye yarn and sell it online, and Love Knots is the company name. But there's the yarn. It's called Unicorn Poop. This was such a big deal for a while, this whole unicorn thing. But it's actually, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, it's got sparkles in it. Can you see the sparkles just a little bit? So my goal is to knit this hat by October 17th because it'll go with my sweater. The pink and the gray will go with my sweater. So I thought, I hope it's cold enough when I go on my trip, when I go to this festival. So my goal is at the festival to be able to wear my new sweater and hat that kind of match each other. So that's my plan. So that's hopefully going to get cast on this week, and you guys should see it next week. So anyway, that's it for the knitting. Let me quickly get into what I've been reading today. I got I'm about an hour left from finishing Three Wishes by Stephanie Bond. It's a very short, it's only a 144 page book, 5-hour long audiobook. Of course, I speed these things up. And I'm enjoying it. It's cute. I mean, it's not anything spectacular or anything like that, but it's very entertaining. It is actually a retelling of Aladdin, which, I mean, I'm sure you could probably guess from the cover, but I didn't realize that it was like an almost, you know, like that much of a retelling. I thought they were just borrowing ideas from the whole genie and the lamp thing. But the main character, his name is Ladden, Ladden, and her name is, of course, Jasmine, and his last name is something like Sandstorm, and hers is Crown, to, you know, signify that she's the wealthy one, and he's the one, he owns an antique shop, and he finds the genie, and, you know, it's him trying to win her over. It's really, really cute. I mean, it is entertaining. It's only a 5-hour long audiobook. If you have the Audible Romance package, go and check it out, because it is enjoyable. It's a fun way to spend a day if you're listening to an audiobook. I just started today, and I haven't really gotten much reading done on my ebook. Security Breach by Margaret Daly. I'm sorry, I had the author wrong yesterday, or on my last vlog, and I do apologize for that. Yeah, this one takes place at Easter, so I've literally just started it. I'm not even finished the first chapter yet. And I really like to get it done by tomorrow night, so we shall see. Tomorrow, because I probably won't talk to you guys again until tomorrow night, like actually sit down and talk to you guys like this till tomorrow night. Tomorrow is the big bingo game that I'm very excited about, the golden ticket bingo game. So I'm going to do what I can to bring my camera with me. I'm going to try and get some footage from the bus, maybe of me and my mom, and of the hall, because it's supposed to be like crazy. Fingers crossed, I can win something, you know. There's actually 3 of us. My mom actually won 3 tickets, 3 golden tickets. So one is of course for her, one's for me, and then her friend Dolores is coming. And Dolores is, I think, in her 80s. She's adorable. My mom is really good friends with her, and I think it's because my mom lost her mom when I was 14. So my mom would have been in her 40s, like in her mid to late 40s when she lost her mom. So her and Dolores have become friends because I think Dolores is the same age that my nan would have been if my nan had lived, right? So, so she's a really, really sweet little old lady. So I'm really excited to go with her too. And it's nice because at least the 3 of us, we have now 3 times the chance to actually win something, because we decided that if one of us wins, we're going to split it 3 ways. So it kind of makes it a little bit more fun that way. So yes, I'm really excited about that. But my plan is that we're actually taking a bus. The bus picks us up at our bingo hall and takes us into the bingo hall in the city, because it's all bingo halls, like all over Southern Ontario, are playing this game, right? So you had to have a ticket to get in. So it's like an hour or so on the bus. So I plan on bringing my audiobook and my sock to knit on. And then when we're at the hall, when we're not playing, I'm going to bring my Kindle, and then I'm going to read my books. I'm going to read Security Breach. So that's my game plan for tomorrow. So I will update you guys tomorrow night on how I got done with my reading. Yeah, and anyway, guys, until my next video, take care. Or what am I doing? It's not the end. I'm so used to this being the end. I'm not used to this whole vlog thing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi guys, happy Monday. It is September the 24th today, and it is just after 8 o'clock at night. First off, I do apologize for not sitting down and talking to you guys about the books that I read yesterday. I'm hoping that I got some good video footage of the bingo game yesterday. I was out all day long. I left the house at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I did not get home till after 6, and I was exhausted. It was a long day. It was really fun. I didn't win anything. The prizes, guys, I had no idea how big the prizes were. The final bingo game was $250,000. There was 2 winners of it. So you had a chance, there were 445 tickets given out for this game. And so you had a chance of 1 in 445, essentially far better than any lottery odds. And, you know, so none in my group, neither me, my mom, nor Dolores won anything. But I got some pictures, I got some videos, so I'll try and insert that. Yesterday I didn't get much reading done at all. I had planned on listening to my audiobook on the bus. I did listen to it on the way there, and I finished, so I'll start with this. I finished reading 3 Wishes by Stephanie Bond. It was cute. It was short. It was far from her best work, I'll be honest. Not one that I would, you know, you gotta go out and read it. But the fact is, it's only 150 pages long. On audio, it's 5 hours. You speed that up. You can get through it in a couple hours. It was an adorable little story. If you're looking for like a retelling, it is a great Aladdin retelling. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great characters. You know, not the best written novel ever, but it fit the challenge and I enjoyed it. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars, which is an average. 3 stars is the average rating for me. So yeah, so that's about all I finished yesterday. I didn't get any ebook reading done because there was so much going on. Like I brought my ebook with me. I brought my Kindle with me. And, you know, my plans were, you know, between games or but between, like, the session lasted from noon until like 4:30. And, you know, typically, like, that's, you know, quite a decent amount of time. Plus they had a break for lunch and stuff like that. So it was fun. And like Mom and I said, though, we wouldn't go again. Now we won, you had to win your way in. You couldn't buy your way in. Like you couldn't buy blah, blah, blah. So, but my mom said that next year, or when they do it again, when they, sorry, distracted by people outside. When they do the tickets, like, cause you have to buy tickets to then go into a draw. Mom said she's not going to bother next year. It's one of those things like, you know, do it once, you got to see how it was fun. I, at one point at the second last game, I thought I was gonna have a stroke, you guys. You had to make the letter H pattern, so like your B and your O, and then straight across the middle, right, to make the letter H. I needed 1 number, and I needed a B. I needed B8. And the B, like the balls are all colored depending on if it's B-I-N-G-O. And the B's were a blue ball. And when it came up on the screen, because they show you the ball and then they give you time to dab it, and then they'll call the number. So you've got to wait until they actually call the number to yell bingo. And the ball came up and all you could see was the back of it, and it was blue. And I thought I was going to have a stroke. It was for $70,000. Needless to say, I didn't get it. It was somebody else won, but the best part of the day, sorry, hold on one second. I'm fading in and out, so I forgot to, you know, show the camera where to focus on. Sorry about that. So anyway, this little old lady, I talked to her on the bus on the way home. She was part of our group. She's 85. She won $10,000 and she was crying. It was so sweet. She said to me in the bus on the way home, her great-grandson plays hockey. And I guess there's some sort of camp in California that he really wanted to go to, but it costs, you know, quite a bit of money, and his parents can only really can't afford the whole thing. So she's going to chip in the rest so he can go to this hockey camp, which I just thought was absolutely sweet. It wasn't going to be like the whole amount. She said the rest of it was going to be put away. And then she says, I'm going to treat my whole family to dinner. And I'm like, well, is that a lot of people? So she said something like she's a mother of 4, a grandmother of 13, and a great-grandmother of 23. Like, that's insane. And she said she's taking them all out to dinner. And I thought that was so sweet. Anyway, so that was yesterday. So that's why, like I said, I didn't sit down and talk to you guys yesterday. I was really tired when I got home. So I'm sitting down with you guys now just to have a quick little chat. So I told you about the books I read, or the book I read yesterday. I will get into what I read today in just a minute. But first of all, guys, because they're sitting on my lap, I got some packages in the mail, so I thought we'd open them. They're not all books. 2 of them are not books. 2 of them are. 2 of them are not. So let's go ahead and open them up and see what we got in here. I'm very excited. My husband was funny. He's like, no mail for me? I'm like, no. It's all for me. So let's get into this one. First of all. Yay, it finally came. Okay, I was really, really worried that I wasn't going to get this. So this is the Harlequin flip side. This is one for my project that I talked about, that you guys will hear a lot more about in December. But this is Harlequin flip side. It's by Stephanie Doyle. It's called One True Love. And this is, it's not labeled on the side, but this is the first book in the flip side series, or the flip side imprint. So I'm very, very excited about this one. I have not read this one. There's a little damage to it. Some of the pages are crinkled, but guys, I paid a penny for this, plus shipping. But I still just paid really a penny for this, so I am not too upset about that. So I am super duper happy that I got that. Yay, I can't wait. So again, I will talk more about the Harlequin project that I'm doing in December, because it's coming for 2019. So let's open this one here. And this is another, oh yay, good, this is the other one I was waiting on. Okay, I think all the books I was waiting on are now here, except for the other order that I placed last week, so there'll be more books. This is by Susan Mallory. It's a Harlequin historical. This is called Wild West Wife by Susan Mallory, part of the Montana Maverick series. The Montana Maverick series, they do a lot of contemporary ones, but they also do a lot of, they did some of the historical ones too, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, so I'm thoroughly looking forward to this one. I believe this is part of the project as well. Oh, the sticker came off real easy on that one. Nice. I like that. Let me stick the sticker over there. Sorry, Bernard. The cat just jumped. He's sitting right over here. So yeah, a Harlequin historical. That one will be great. Oh yeah, I can't wait. So now on to the non-bookish things. I'm pretty sure I know what both of these are. Well, I should hope I know what they are. I ordered them. But they're the only 2 non-bookish things I've been waiting for in the mail. So the first one, yay, I'm so thrilled. This came up. Both of these things are actually I bought because of Facebook. You know, you get the ads and stuff like that on Facebook, like, oh, you know, to buy this or whatever. And sometimes I'm a little nervous about that because you don't know whether it's a legitimate company or what have you. But I saw this t-shirt and I absolutely had to have it, and I'm going to wear it on Halloween. In a world full of basic witches, be a Sanderson. And of course, that's from Hocus Pocus, one of my very favorite movies of all time. Is that not adorable? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Yes, I'm 40 years old, and I absolutely love t-shirts with sayings and stuff on them. I don't even care. It makes me happy. I just thought that was so cute, and I cannot wait to wear it. It's going to be awesome. Oh, yay. I am so thrilled with that. Oh, there's a little sticker on the inside here. So yeah, one of those places that you can get, like, and they print the stuff on there, you know? I know a couple people who actually can do the, is it screen printing? Sorry, my hair is a mess today. Like using a Cricut and stuff like that and putting, my sister-in-law does it and my friend Mandy does it. But, you know, I saw this one, I thought I didn't want to bug anybody for it, so I just decided just to spend the money and buy it because I just thought it was so cute. And I love it. So yay. So that I'm very happy about. Put that here. This, guys, I ordered on Friday and it arrived. I am so thrilled if this is what I think it, yes it is. So again, I saw this on Facebook and this is from a company called Muskoka, Muskoka Bear Wear, and it's B-E-A-R, like teddy bear. This is a company in Ontario, and from the looks of what they do typically is they do sweatshirts and toques. I just sounded very Canadian there, didn't I? Hats, socks, bags and stuff like that, with their logo on them. And they look really, really cute, stuff like that. They showed this teddy bear, and I don't want to cut into him, so that's why I'm kind of looking around on the bag on where I can actually, you know, kind of cut into this, because I don't want to wreck what's inside. And I saw this bear, and I mean, like I just said, I'm 40 years old. You know, I don't really have a need for teddy bears. But I had to have this one. I actually saw this a couple weeks ago, and I kind of did the debate on it. Did I really want to order it, or did I not? And then finally I decided just to go ahead and order it. So sorry, I'm yapping and not cutting into the package. I just really don't want to cut into him. Kind of wish they'd sent it in a box, but I guess it's a little bit cheaper to send it in a bag. I've mentioned it before, shipping in Canada is ridiculously expensive. Shipping to Canada, shipping from Canada, shipping anywhere, you know, that has anything to do with Canada, it's really expensive. So there we go. Okay, I think I saved him. He's a little smaller than I, actually no, that's about, oh wow, they really packed him in there. So, now I've mentioned before, you guys probably know, oh, he's so cute, that I have a congenital heart condition. And my hospital when I was a child here in Toronto was the greatest children's hospital in the world, hands down. Sick Kids, Toronto Sick Children's Hospital. And they had these bears. And not just all the proceeds, but the entire cost of the bear goes towards sick kids. And I had to have him. Isn't he just adorable? So it says right here, in support of sick kids, right there, and it's a Gund, so you know that's a good name, or a good maker of bears and such. And his name is Hope. So they have two of these. They look the same, like the body is the same, it's the same bear, but the other bear is actually like a light brown, like a more typical teddy bear color, with a normal color nose and ears and stuff. But I got this one, and I think, so what I say, this guy's name is Hope, the other one's name is Brave. And the reason I got him instead of Brave, I might actually go back and get Brave too, just because it's such a good cause as well. They're $25 in case you're curious. That's Canadian dollars for my American friends, plus shipping. The shipping doesn't go, obviously, it's, you know, the money goes to sick kids, less the shipping. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I got him because he is the sick kids colors of the blue and the white. So that's why I decided to go with him. But isn't he just the sweetest? I kind of love him. I'm going to have to find him somewhere to sit, like up here or something. Or maybe even on this shelf somewhere, perhaps. Can you see him? You probably can't. Yeah, you can't. He's kind of hidden up there. I have my Winnie the Pooh. I gotta have to bring him down and sit him down so you guys can see him too. Winnie the Pooh was my bear. He was a gift from my dad the day I was born, and he has been with me through every surgery and every hospital stay I've ever had. I can remember distinctly at Sick Kids, sorry, I'm having issues here with my strap. I can remember distinctly being at Sick Kids, and Winnie the Pooh had a tear in his ear, so his ear had ripped. And when I was having a procedure done or something like that, the nurses brought him back. And he had on the hospital bracelet, like they had a little hospital bracelet on his arm. And was it on his arm or around his neck? I think it was on his arm. And they had sewed up his ear. One of the nurses had sewed up his ear and put like a bandage around it. but for all my surgeries, he was in the room. Like, my Winnie the Pooh was in the room for every surgery. They bagged him, you know, for sanitary reasons, right? But he actually sat in the operating room. So that poor bear has seen more than he needed to ever see. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of teddy bears, and anything to support such a great hospital, I'm absolutely encouraging it. So if I remember, I will leave a link in the description box below if you guys are interested in picking one up for yourself. I mean, not only is it a great cause, but it's an adorable bear. I mean, he's really cute. So let me just sit him. Sorry, you're going to kind of get a little bit of bear off camera. I apologize if that's distracting to anybody. Oh, and I got something else in here. Oh, I got a free tote bag. Oh, I like a tote bag. Oh, there's my bill. We don't need to do that. So there it is. MuskokaBearwear.com. That's the website. Really cute. Nice tote bag. Ooh, that'll come in handy. I can use that for knitting stuffs. So yeah. So there's my little mail haul. Actually, will he sit over here? Oh. He's going to sit on my lap. All right. So that's it for the mail haul. Let's get into now what I read today, because that's why you guys are here. My current audiobook, because like I said, I finished 3 Wishes yesterday by Stephanie Bond. My current audiobook is Cafe by the Sea by Jenny Colgan. This is the first Jenny Colgan I have ever read, and I love it. Oh my gosh, it is so, so good. So it's about a woman named Flora who is from a small Scottish island way north. Like, I think in the book it just said they're actually further north than Finland, because it's the summertime, or it's the spring, and there's actually no darkness. Like, they're out for a walk at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's like bright as 11 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, that's how far north they are. And she lived on that island her whole life, and she grew up, and then she got a job, and she moved to London, England, which is, you know, quite the distance away. So her boss, she works for a law firm. She's a paralegal. And one of their clients is now building a resort on the island that she was born and raised on. And, you know, he's trying to get in good with the locals, and, you know, they kind of need someone to run interference, because there's a windmill farm that I guess they want to build, and this windmill farm is going to be in, like, where his resort is. If you look out, like, the windows, you're going to see this windmill farm instead of seeing the ocean, which is what he wanted, right? So they're trying to convince the locals to move the windmill farm, just to not impede on the view for his guests. And the problem is that he's not really known well around town. So Flora is brought in to, you know, just as a little paralegal, brought in to kind of talk to the locals and see how things are going and stuff like that. And of course, it's a love story as well, because her boss, she has a thing for her boss, and he doesn't even know she exists, and that kind of thing. It is so utterly charming. It is absolutely charming. That's about the only word I can use to describe this book. I am loving it so far. And I'm listening to it on audio, like I said. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the narrator off the top of my head. But she's doing a great job. I mean, obviously, Scottish is her normal accent. But she does a great British accent as well, right? Like, for when they're in London. So, and she flips back and forth quite well. The only issue I have with her narration is the American accent, because the boss and the guy who owns this resort are both American. That her male American accent sounds like a 12-year-old boy. It's my only complaint if I had one. But other than that, really, really good. Like I said, really charming. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I think I've only got like 2.5 hours left on it. Like, I flew through this thing today. I've been really enjoying it. So yes, I'm really enjoying that one, and I can't wait to tell you guys my final thoughts on it tomorrow. My current ebook is Security Breach by Margaret Daly. This is book number 4 or 5. Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. In the Capital K9 Unit series. It's a love-inspired suspense novel. It is about a woman who is being kind of terrorized in a way. She was attacked at the White House. This one all takes place, obviously, in Washington, D.C. She was attacked at the White House, like where she works there. She's some sort of a press secretary of some kind, I think, or an assistant to the press secretary or something like that. And then someone breaks into her house, and one of the police officers, these K9 police officers, is kind of, you know, watching after her, making sure she's okay. And of course, it follows the overall case of a senator's son being killed, and this woman's, is it Selena? I think it's Selena in the story. Her cousin was engaged to the boy, or the man who was killed, I should say. So they think she also knows insider information on where this woman has gone because she took off and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. As I've said before, it's really one of those series that you kind of do need to read in order. I mean, even I am reading them in order. I mean, not one after another, but I'm finding myself having to refresh who characters are and things like that because there is a lot. But it's still enjoyable and I'm liking it. So yeah. So anyway, guys, that is it for my reading and my mail update. Mr. Bear and I are going to go and we're going to have some dinner and we're going to get ready for, like, grab our shower. Well, he's not, I am. And yeah, and I guess we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. Hi, guys. It is Tuesday, September the 25th, and it is about 10 to 8 at night. I've been home for about 45 minutes. I got home just after 7. Another later night for me at the office. I got in at 8:30 this morning. I've been getting in early every day for the past, like, 3 weeks. Well, except for the days that I was off sick last week. And because I'm trying to get some stuff done before, so that way I'm not stuck at the office a lot later. If I had done my normal start time, I would probably just be leaving now. There's a lot. We're still dealing with these system issues that we've been having that I mentioned a couple weeks ago. And yeah, but that's okay. I'll take the overtime. I'm happy to take the overtime because we do get paid for it, which is nice. And I can use the money for my trip in 3 weeks. So I'm very excited. That's about the only thing that's getting me through this really difficult period right now is that there is kind of this, you know, my vacation is on the horizon. And it's not just, you know, some time off to relax at home. I'm actually going away. So that'll be super duper nice. And I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, so I'm home. The first thing I did was throw in a load of laundry because we desperately needed to do laundry. We were busy this weekend and get it done. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, my husband could have done it on Sunday when he was home, but you know, that lazy bugger. Actually, laundry is one thing I don't mind doing. I will happily do laundry. We don't have a washer and dryer in our apartment. I have to go downstairs, but we're on the first floor, so it's just like a little flight down. It's not that big a deal. But I don't sit there and watch it, so it's not like I have to sit with it and wait. You know, I just kind of leave it, let it do its thing, and then I go down and change it and then bring it back up when it's done. So, you know, like I said, laundry's the one thing I don't mind so much. So that's not so bad. I'm just going to make my dinner soon as I'm done filming this for you guys. I think tonight I am fancying a cheese omelet, maybe some tater tots. Just because why not? I have them in the freezer. Because yeah, why not? I was trying to debate on what I wanted for dinner tonight. I wanted something kind of easy, but I am hungry, so I thought, oh, I should get some protein in. I think I've mentioned before, I'm not a big meat eater. So protein, I have to really watch and see how much I'm getting because I do, you know, you do need protein to survive. So, but anyway, all that being said, I am here to tell you guys about what I read today, but I got another package in the mail because I clearly have a problem. This is the other thing I was waiting on. This is the last thing I think I'm waiting on in the mail. I have one other thing that's coming to me, but I will not actually be showing that to you guys until after my trip, because some of the things that I ordered, I don't want to give it away because I don't know if some of my friends are actually watching these. And I'm putting little packages together for my cabin mates, for my friends we're all staying in the same cabin together. So I've kind of bought these cute little things and I don't want to show them off in case they're watching. So I will show you mine afterward because they are bookish related. So that's always fun. But yes, this is another package of used books and yay, what I have to do is I was telling my husband, is I'm totally addicted to now buying these used books on Amazon. Yes, they are more expensive than buying them, you know, through the thrift store or something like that, but you can actually pick and choose which ones you're going to get. Like, you can pick and choose at the thrift store. You can look at them and go, I want that one or I don't want that one. But the fact that you know ahead of time that, yes, I'm looking for this book in particular, that's what I mean. So I was saying to my husband, I think I'm going to wean myself down and make one order a month. You know, spend $25 or $30 and because I can get like 10 used books for that price on some of these sites through Amazon, through the secondary sellers on Amazon. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing going forward, like putting one order in a month and then buying them. So yeah, so let's cut into this and see what we got. I know what these ones are now because it's the last package. So I am super excited. So what I got here, you guys, And you know what really sucks? I'm looking at this right now. I'm pretty sure I just bought this one book at the thrift store. So if I have an extra, I might have to send it out to somebody. So we shall see. All these stickers over everything drives me crazy. So if I do donate this one, it might be the one with stickers on it. Sorry. So I got a Harlequin Desire novel by Maisie Yates, Claim Me Cowboy. This is part of the Cooper Ridge novel series. So yes, very excited. I do adore Maisie Yates, absolutely. So yeah, that one looks really, really good. The other one, oh, this one's an almost, well, not quite. It's been read. It's been loved. This is by Sarah Morgan, and it's Playing by the Greeks' Rules. And the reason I got this one is because for those of you who have read or have been watching me for a while, maybe you read the series too, I don't know, the Puffin Island series by Sarah Morgan. This is actually the prequel. This book comes before the other books in the series, so the first book does not touch on this one as far as I remember, but the second book does. These two characters appear in the second book, and I'm going to be reading the third book in December because it's a Christmas book. But I wanted this one anyway for my collection because I do love that series so, so much. It doesn't say here anywhere that it's part of the Puffin Island series, but like I said, you know, you kind of know if you've read them because you've met these characters. And if you go on Goodreads, it actually does say that this is considered the .5 book in the series. So that's the reason I got that one. The other ones, I will be having one more package because the one thing in here that I thought was in here is not in here. But that's okay. So the other one I got, these ones just look really cute. I figured, again, since I was placing an order, I might as well just go ahead and do so. And this one is A Child Under His Tree by Allison Lee. This is a Harlequin special edition, and it is Return to the Double C Ranch series. So that one, a Christmas book. You guys know I have an addiction to Christmas books. And then this one, I thought this one looked really cute. The Lawman's Rebel Bride by Amanda Renee. I really, really like her work. So I got that one. Now that I'm looking at this one too, this one might be a duplicate as well. I really have to finish because I'm looking over at my Harlequin, my wall of Harlequins, which are all currently on the floor, because I've bought a bunch of them lately. So I was trying to get them all organized and making sure they're all on Goodreads. So what I really need to start doing is checking Goodreads to see what I have and what I don't have. If I have a copy of it on ebook, I'm okay. I will still buy a print copy. I know, it's crazy. But it's more to have in my collection than anything else. You know, my dream would be just to have like a whole wall of just shelves just filled with Harlequin books, which just made me absolutely happy. But yeah, so I got that one too. So anyway, so that's the mail haul for today. So what have I been reading today? I finished a book. I finished reading, or listening to, I should say. Is it Summer at the Seaside Cafe by Jenny Colgan? Guys, it was so, so good. 4 stars all the way. I wanted to give it 5 stars, but there is a romance in it between our main character Flora and her boss Joel. So the whole premise of the story is about this girl named Flora, and who grew up in this very tiny island, north Scotland. Like, if you look at is it the Shetland Islands that come off like the northernmost tip of Scotland? Like, she is way north. And she grew up on this tiny little island. Her father was a farmer, her mother was a farmer's wife, and you know, she has, I think it's 3 or 4 brothers. And you know, her mom always kind of encouraged her to do well in school and, you know, go out and see the world and things like that. And then when she, you know, got her degree, she actually became a paralegal, and she moved to London, which was, you know, an insane, it's another world from where she grew up. So the story opens and she's living in London, and it talks about her riding the tube and, you know, being Christian with all these people and going to this job where she's just kind of pushing paper and, you know, stuff like that. And then there's a client that her law firm has that has he's opening a resort on the island that she was born and raised on. And there are these wind turbines that are going to be going out close to this resort, and he doesn't have a problem with them. He just wants them moved so that way his guests don't have to look at these wind turbines. And so they kind of bring Flora in as, you know, kind of a liaison between the city, or the islanders, and, you know, this rich mogul guy who owns the resort. So that's not her boss. Her boss is Joel, and he is the, you know, the lawyer at the firm. This is the client, right? So anyway, she ends up going home now. She hasn't been home in 3 years since her mother's death. It sounds like her mother died of a cancer of some kind. It was very, very quick. She had been living in London and came home, and then there was a falling out, something that happened at her mother's funeral between her and her father, and she hasn't been home since. So now, you know, the story probably got around the island, you know what it's like with a small town, and everybody's kind of talking, so she's really embarrassed about going back, and she doesn't know what people are going to think about her. So the whole story is her kind of coming back and spending the summer on this island and opening this little cafe. I don't want to give too much of the story away because that part of it doesn't, like, it's called Summer at the Seaside Cafe. That cafe part doesn't come into play till like 50% of the way through the book. So the rest of it is her kind of arriving back in town. I absolutely loved it, and it was so fantastic on audio. The narrator, most of it, she did a great job. The British accents were great, like the Londoners, and then the Scottish accents were fantastic. There's one thing to read a Scottish, you know, and there is a lot of Gaelic that is spoken in the book between the characters. It's just like, it's more insults than anything else, I think. Like, the relationship between Flora and her brothers is brilliant. So much fun. And, you know, they're kind of hurling insults at each other in Gaelic. And, you know, of course, the narrator just is bang on them. So it's one thing to kind of read that in a book and go, oh, yeah, that's funny. But to listen to it, it was really charming. That's my word for this book, is absolutely charming. The reason I didn't give it 5 stars is two reasons. The first one was the relationship actually between Flora and Joel, which is her boss. This wasn't a romance novel. This was more of the story of Flora finding herself and finding out what she wanted to do and what she wanted to be and kind of growing and, you know, experiencing life kind of idea. The relationship with Joel was second nature, and I felt that it was kind of almost put in there for the sake of putting it in there, and I didn't. The story would have worked perfectly well without a relationship with Joel. I mean, the fact that she had the infatuation with him, that was really cute, and that could have played out really, really fun. But they didn't have to end up, I'm not giving too much away. I mean, it's tagged as a romance, right? So they didn't have to end up together, and the story still would have been fantastic. Do you know what I mean? The other thing was in the narration. As much as I loved her narration, I had issue with the American accents because Joel and this mogul who's opening up this resort are both American, male Americans, obviously. And the voices that she did for them just sounded too much like a 12-year-old boy. It didn't fit the character perception that I had. So I was a little disappointed in that, but luckily they don't actually have a lot of speaking parts in the book, so that was okay. But yeah, other than that, I absolutely recommend it. If you like a good women's fiction or, you know, that kind of a story, please go ahead and check it out. It was fantastic. I am still reading Security Breach by Margaret Daly. I have not had a lot of reading time. Like, I got some reading done last night, so that was cool. I'm going to get some more done tonight. I'm about 60% of the way through it, so I'm hoping to get it done tomorrow. It's a relatively short book. And then I only have one more book to finish for my September TBR. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups, pardon me. I did remove some books from my TBR just to give myself a little bit of a break because I needed that. There were a lot of books on there. I have put together my October TBR. You guys will have already seen it by the time you see this, but I did not film this weekend. I really need to get back in the habit of filming on the weekends because I'm just too tired at night by the time I get home. I'm like, I don't mind doing this, to sit down and do this, but to actually sit down and do a full video, it's a little much. So I've really got to get back in the habit of recording on the weekends. I'm going to try and make that my goal for Saturdays. But tomorrow when I get home, I'm definitely going to film my my October TBR, and I'm super excited about it. I've cut some things out of it this month, or for October, just to kind of give myself a little bit of a break. Not that I'm like overwhelming myself, and I don't want to make it sound like that, but because I'm doing the Pass the Parcel challenge and you don't know week to week which book you're going to be reading, I like to leave some open spots so I have room to put stuff in. And if I get like towards the end of the month and I'm finished everything that was on my TBR, nothing saying I can't just go and pick something else up, right? So I will talk more about that when I do my TBR. And for the rest of tonight, I'm going to go make my omelet. I'm going to go change my laundry over. And I'm going to sit and knit because guess what, guys? I'm almost done my sweater. I am so close. All I have to do is the edging around here and weave in the ends. And then I'm done. So I'm hoping tomorrow when I do this little recording, I'll have a finished sweater to show you guys. So that's very exciting. It won't take long. The edging doesn't take long at all. I was a little worried at first because I didn't know how to do it. You have to do this I-cord. It's a stitch called an I-cord. And it gives it just a nice clean edge to it. So I had to watch some YouTube videos last night to figure it out how to do it. But it's super easy. And now that I've got it going, I'm like, okay, this I can motor along through pretty quickly. So anyway, guys, that is it. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi guys, today is Wednesday, September the 26th, and it is about 7:45 at night. I am going to keep this rather short and sweet because I just finished filming my October TBR, and like I said, it's 7:45 at night. I am hungry, and I am ready to make my dinner, and I need to edit and upload that video before, I go to bed later tonight. So, quick little reading update for you guys today. I started a new audiobook. I actually started it last night on the way to picking up my husband for work. And that is Say Yes to the Marquess, or Marquess, I think is how they pronounce it. And this is by Tessa Dare. This is the second book in the Castles Ever After series. And I am really, really enjoying it so far. Tessa Dare has such a great humorous take on some things. Like, you can't take her books 100% seriously. There's this great scene at the beginning of the book where our main character, Rafe, he has a valet. And when they're being introduced, the valet makes himself sound like he's some sort of very la-di-da guy, and he's like an esquire of some kind. And, he's saying, like, you can't pull this off. Like, people are going to realize that you are not who you say you are. And he pulls out a monocle, and he's like, if I have this, everyone will believe me. And it's just been hysterical, like, going through the book with this little side story going on. So this is the story of, what's her name? Cleo and Rafe. And Cleo is actually engaged to Rafe's brother. And she has just inherited the castle, which is the whole basis of the series, that this very wealthy uncle has bequeathed, I don't know, it's been a long day, you guys, left these castles to various nieces and things like that. And she has now inherited this castle. And the whole reason she was marrying was because it was like an alignment between the families kind of idea. But all the parents have now passed on. So she should be free to do what she wants. But the problem is that her husband-to-be they've been engaged for 8 years. And he's been living off the continent doing, various things within Parliament and stuff like that. And she doesn't want to marry him anymore. She's got a castle. She's got, she could take her dowry and do her own thing and be her own woman, and kudos to her. But not like today where you can just walk up to the guy and go, here's your ring back. Sorry, it's not going to work out. Because there was like almost like a business arrangement, she has to go to his brother and get him to sign the papers to kind of like stop the engagement. But he won't do that. He's kind of pushing for the wedding because he is secretly in love with her. And, the story's going to go from there. And so far, I'm really, really enjoying it. Again, Tessa Dare is a really new to me author, but I'm so thrilled that I have now found her, and I'm looking forward to reading everything by her. I did finish Security Breach last night. So I enjoyed it. 3.5 stars. Really interesting mystery. Again, it's a continuing story I've talked about already in the last couple videos. But yeah, it was enjoyable. The one I'm reading now, I picked up earlier this morning, was Wild on My Mind by Lauren Kerr. Sorry, I had to look down to make sure I was getting the title and author correct. This is one for NetGalley. This is a NetGalley read. And this is about a couple, or two people who knew each other in high school. They weren't a couple. He was very, very, popular guy in school, and he was dating the class bitch, essentially, and she was the geek and stuff like that, and he used to torment her, mostly at the urging of his girlfriend of the time. But now it's been 12 years since, university or college, and they're both back in the same town. He really hadn't left, but she left and has now come back, and he runs the local zoo. So the whole, basis of this series, I can't remember the name of the series off the top of my head, I'm sorry. It kind of centers around the zoo. And it's really cute because I'm into the second, I just finished the first chapter. I didn't get a lot of reading time today, and other than my audiobook. And part of it was actually told from like one of the aspects, or one of the views of the animals. Kind of different, kind of interesting. So far it's not bad. Like I said, I'm only about 1 or 2 chapters into it, so I'll definitely let you guys know more tomorrow on my more on my thoughts of it. So anyway, that's it, guys. Like I said, a really short, sweet update. I did mention that if I got my sweater done last night, I would show you guys. I got reading and didn't get it done, so I'm hoping to sit down and do that tonight. And while I'm editing, my TBR, and I'll talk to you guys in my next clip. I keep wanting to say my next video. Sorry, in my next clip. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, it is Thursday, September 27th, and it is about 20 after 9 at night. I have been home since about 7, just after 7, but it has been an eventful evening, so let me tell you. It's funny now, but at the time, I was just a little bit panicky. I got home, I worked late, as I have been lately, because, you know, overtime stuff. But again, I'm not complaining. You know, I make the decision to stay late. It's more so I don't have to worry about having to deal with it the next day. Some of the things like trying to clean up some emails and stuff like that. But anyway, so I got home and I heard something outside and I kind of poked my head out. Now we're on the ground floor of our building, and so I have a walkout like patio thingy, and there was a fire truck and firefighters, and I'm like, ooh. Um, a neighbor of ours, obviously there was an ambulance, so something happened. I hope the person's okay. So, you know, there is that. But they were outside, and I thought, oh, I wanted to be kind of nosy. So I stepped outside to take the garbage, you know, walk the garbage over, and make it look not obvious, right? And I didn't realize when I left the apartment, and I left the apartment without my keys or without my cell phone. And we have one of those bars, like we have the sliding glass doors and there's a bar. So when the bar is down, the door is locked, like you can't force it open because there's the bar there to keep it closed. That bar came down when I closed the door. I was locked out of my apartment. Oh my gosh. And I'm thinking, I have no keys. I have no phone. Like, I can't call anybody. I can't let anybody know. The firefighters by this point had left because they weren't required. They were just, I guess, I think, I know when my dad had his heart attack many, many, many years ago, and they called for an ambulance. A fire truck came as well. I guess it's whichever one gets there first because both of them know resuscitation and CPR and things like that. So they obviously weren't needed, so they took off. And so I'm like standing there and I'm like, I can't get into my apartment. So I was out there for about 20 minutes and I was kind of walking up and down because like we're in a complex, so there's a lot of buildings. Each one of them is like 3 stories tall. You guys probably get what I'm talking about. So I happened upon a neighbor and she took pity on me. And I just said, could you please just call maintenance, like the after hours number? So she did. And the guy came and he let me in my apartment. And I had to show him my ID just to prove that I lived here. And I'm like, there are pictures of me up on the wall. I guarantee you this is my apartment. My wedding pictures are just up here. So yeah, so that was kind of funny. You know, at the time I was panicky though, like I said, because my husband, I pick him up from work because he doesn't drive. So of course he's got a set of keys to the apartment, which is great. But I didn't have my phone on me to call him and say, you're going to need to find your own way home because I can't get into the apartment, you know? So like, you know, luckily it was a relatively easy fix, but you still kind of panic a bit. And the thing that really got me mad was the door was cracked open about that much. That much. And I couldn't, and I thought to myself afterward though, I'm like, well, at least I know it's secure because I couldn't even reef it open. But it was so funny because both cats are like looking at me from the other side like, Mom, why aren't you coming in? Come in. Just open the door and come. Like, they were giving these looks like, really, lady? Are you dumb? Um, so yeah, so that was my evening. But yeah, it's been a pretty crappy day today, just work-wise in general. It's been a pretty crappy month. Yesterday was a really bad day. Today was another really bad day. It's just been insanely stressful with what's going on. Our system, if you guys have been following along on the saga, last couple vlogs I was talking about it, our system at work, like our computer system that we use, went down. Like they were installing a new one, and so the new one wasn't up and running yet. It was supposed to be up and running within a week. It's just now, so it went, our new system was supposed to come online on the 1st or 2nd of September. We just finally have been able to start working with it this week. So now we're dealing with the backlash and all the orders and all these other things, and it's just been, customers are at the point that they don't care anymore. They just want their product, and you know, I can't really blame them as a consumer, you know. So anyway, that's been really, really stressful, and I got home last night, and tonight I'm just mentally exhausted. And I gotta tell you this too really quick. Sorry, this might be a slightly longer clip. I had such a horrible bad day yesterday. My coworker actually like lost it and actually had to walk away. Like, that's how upset he got at something. And I didn't get to that point, thank goodness, but still. And I came home and I thought, I'm just gonna veg here on the couch and watch some booktube. So I kicked it on and I saw that Steve Donahue had a new video, and I love watching Steve. And it was the mail haul, something about a lot of love, and I thought, oh, I bet you he gets some romance novels. And he did. And he talked about me, you guys. I almost started to cry. That's kind of where my emotions were yesterday. I was so stressed and so whatever from work, and then watching this, he said the nicest things. I will leave a link to his video in the description box below, just because he's so genuine and so sweet, and he didn't have to say anything, but he did, and he just talked about, how I do my videos, and, how I seem to have like a natural presence on camera. I don't know, do I? I guess I do. I find it very easy to talk to a camera, um, and um, that I'm funny, and I'm like, really? I'm funny? So what I actually did was I went to that part in the video and I actually recorded it on my phone, just that little clip. And I showed it to my husband and he's like, you're funny. And I'm like, well, some people think so. So that was kind of cute. So yes, so I don't know if Steve actually watches my vlogs, but if you do, thank you again. I did post something in the comments of his video to thank him, and we had a nice little chat, but it was still nice. So yeah, so tonight, I do not plan on doing too much. I have to go pick up Garrett in like an hour from work, so that's okay. But I have an hour to sit here and watch some booktube and do some knitting. I'm almost done my sweater. I am actually done the sweater. I'm just weaving in ends, but it's all the way over there, and I don't want to reach over and grab it, so I will show it to you guys tomorrow, I promise, because I will be wearing it. My goal is to finish weaving in the ends, which shouldn't take me too much longer. I'm almost done. And then I plan on wearing it tomorrow to work. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. So reading. Let's talk about reading. I did not get a lot of my ebook read today. I just did not. I have not had time. But the ebook that I'm still reading is Wild on My Mind by, sorry, I've got my tablet down here in front of me. I'm so horrible. By Lauren Kerr. And yeah, I am enjoying it. I maybe got 2 or 3 pages read today, so no update really from yesterday. But the good thing is I did finish my audiobook that I was listening to, which is Say Yes to the Marquess, or Marquess? I think it's not Marquis, because that's like on a movie theater. I'm pretty sure it's Marquess or Marquess. But anyway, it's by Tessa Dare, and it's the second book in the Castles Ever After series. And I really, really enjoyed it. 4 stars, you guys. It was so much fun. Um, these books are so quirky. There's just something about a story that is supposed to be, not that these stories are overly serious, but you do have that element of quirky fun with certain characters. There's one part or situations. Our main character, Cleo, is actually engaged to Rafe. He's our hero in the story, to his brother, and she has been for 8 years. I think I talked about this in my last clip. But anyway, she wants to call off the engagement because she wants to be her own woman. It's not like there's another guy. She just wants to be her own woman. She now owns this castle. She wants to run a brewery and all these cool things. And, with her dowry, instead of it going to him, because when she marries this guy, everything would go to him, including this castle that was, given to her in this uncle's will. So, somehow her engagement ring, I'm not going to get into the whole backstory of it, but she loses her engagement ring and it gets eaten by the dog. So then the valet, Rafe's valet, who's pretending to be, I mentioned this in yesterday's clip too, he's pretending to be some sort of esquire and some sort of very nobleman. His job is to kind of go around following the dog around, waiting for the ring to make an appearance. That's what I mean. There's these great quirky bits to these stories, and I love them to pieces. I am so looking forward to reading the rest of the series, and Tessa Dare has found a new fan because I want to read everything by her, so I'm very, very excited. It's almost the end of the month, it's the 27th. There is tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday left for the month. The only ebook I have to finish reading is the one I'm currently reading, which I should definitely be able to get it done over the weekend. That's not a problem. I don't have a lot planned. The only plan that I have is to go with my mom to bingo on Saturday. Not the epic bingo game like last Sunday, or Saturday I'm going to bingo with her. Just a normal bingo, but we enjoy going. And it was her birthday yesterday, so I'm actually treating her to bingo tomorrow for her birthday. Or on Sunday, I should say, so that's going to be fun. But that's really the only thing I have planned. So yeah, I should definitely get that done. And as for audiobooks, I only have one more audiobook to finish, and that is going to be, is it Undeniably Yours by Shannon Stacy? It's the second book in the Kowalski family series. So I'm very, very much looking forward to this one too. So I have 3 days to finish that one. That should be no problem. I should actually finish it Saturday. And then I can start on my October book, so I'm super excited. Anyway, guys, that is it for this little bit of an extra long clip. Actually, it's about the same length as most of them. But you got to hear my epic fail of the night. How to lock yourself out of an apartment. Don't necessarily follow the firefighters. That's the moral of the story. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. It is September the 28th today. And like I said, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Yay! Oh my gosh, I am so happy it's Friday. Yeah, it's been a long week, and I am so ready for the weekend. It's not even funny. Not that I have anything big planned, but I think that's the enjoyment. I am just gonna relax this weekend, and I cannot wait. Sorry, I'm just switching hands. Sorry for my thumb. This is so professional, isn't it, people? So yeah, Friday. Not a lot of reading done today, you guys. Like, I think I got a page read in my book, in my ebook. It is called, oh my gosh, Wild for You, I think, by Carrie something or other. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. You know why? Because I haven't been reading it. I've been reading this for like 3 days, and I don't think I've gotten through a chapter of it. That's just been the way it's been over the last few days. And, luckily it's the last book that I have to read for September, like ebook. So yeah, hold on. Can I do this? No. Ah, gosh darn it. Oh, I'll just tell you. I was going to try and be all fancy and hold up my tablet, but I can't do that with one hand. Wild on My Mind by Lauren Kerr is what I'm currently reading. My goal is to get it done this weekend. That is my big hope. So yeah. I did get a little bit read on my audiobook as well. I've started Undeniably Yours by Shannon Stacy. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's book 2 in the Kowalski family series. Sorry, I feel this is a little all over the place. Again, I'm tired and it's been a long week. So yeah, so that's not a lot of reading content today, you guys, unfortunately. It is what it is. But again, those 2 books are the only 2 books I have to finish for the month of September, and I have 2 days. I have 6 hours left on the audiobook. It's not very long. I think it's only like 8 hours long in total. So I should have absolutely 0 problems getting that done. I'm just trying to find out where to rest my hand. This is why I typically don't record like this, because even just holding this little phone up, it kind of bothers my arm. So yeah, let me see here. What else did I want to... Oh, I'm wearing my sweater. I'm wearing my sweater. The thumb holes. I kind of love it. Oh my gosh, what do you guys think? Is it not awesome? And people commented today all day at work, like this was like their favorite part, this little pop of pink that's in the collar stitching that I did, just to mimic, of course, the not mimic, but to go with the pink on the sleeves. So yeah, I love it. It feels like a giant sweatshirt. I just absolutely love it. I am so super thrilled with it. It fits so perfectly. So yeah, absolutely happy with it. Yeah, I'm thrilled. It's warm, you guys. It is, well, I mean, duh, it's a sweater. But I mean, it is exceptionally warm. So I think I'm gonna have to play it by ear when I go away, because this is supposed to be my sweater for my trip. So I'm gonna bring this one and the brown one that I made, which is more just a cardigan. And depending on the weather, the day of the festival, will determine which sweater it is that I wear. So if it's like a cooler day, I'm going to obviously wear this one because it's going to be nice and cozy warm. But like last year, I was in a t-shirt walking around and I was still sweltering. Because the thing is, not only do you have to go by the temperature outside, but you spend a lot of time inside the barns and inside the halls. Yes, there are barns. You are in barns with like literal sheep and llamas and yarn. Lots and lots of wonderful yarn. And people. My gosh, guys, it is crowded. It's insane. Like, you have no idea. And so all those bodies pressed together, like all those people, it really ups the heat factor. So I'll really have to kind of play it by ear. But luckily with this, even though I've got oops, it's getting caught on my ring. Even though I've got the sleeves like this, I can still push them up. Like, I can remove the thumb hole and push them up. So it's not like they have to stay like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I did keep promising all week I was going to show you guys, and here it is done, and I wore it today, and I got a lot of compliments on it, which was really super awesome. The rest of my night, I had originally planned on trying to edit some of this vlog, but I'll be honest, guys, I'm dead tired. I just want to sit here and just do something mindless. So I'm going to watch some booktube, and I'm going to do some knitting, because I finished the sweater now finally, and all the ends are woven in. I'm now allowed to cast something else on. I'll show this in my next vlog. You guys will see. I usually talk about my knitting in the beginning of each of my vlogs, but I'm casting on a hat with this. Originally, I was going to do, like, I think I showed you guys at the beginning of this vlog, a gray yarn with like rainbow sparkles or rainbow stripes in it. I started actually knitting with it last night, and I don't like the way that the color parts are, like, it's called, Sometimes it's called flooding, sometimes it's called pooling. It's when groups of colors like kind of blend in together and you get like these splotches. I don't like the way that looks. I think that that yarn will look so much better as socks because it will tend to stripe a little bit more instead of just pooling, like the colors just kind of pooling together. So that's my plan eventually for that yarn will be a pair of socks. But I pulled this out of my stash last night, so this is what is going to be the hat. But it's still going to go well with my sweater. And even if I end up wearing my camp side, it's a gray, or not a gray, it's a brown sweater, and I think it'll still go. Pink and brown go together. There's a little black in there, but it doesn't matter. And there's even some yellow in there, you guys can see. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, so I'm really, really thrilled. I'm gonna wind this into a ball, and I'm gonna cast it on. The other thing I want to ask you guys, now I am gonna film this tomorrow when I film my clip for tomorrow. My clip's like when I start the new vlog tomorrow. But I want to ask your opinion, and depending on what people say, I will film it regardless. And if it's like, no, we really don't care, I won't put it in. But are you guys interested in, like, on Saturdays, like, because I do my little clip at the beginning of like what I'm knitting or what I finished. And then I also do, and then what I was also thinking was to do a little clip on the books I bought in the previous week. So kind of a little mini haul, if you will. I mean, I know I show you guys like when I get packages in the mail, that's a completely different ballgame. I'm talking ebooks because I bought a bunch of ebooks today that were on sale. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. You know, I think I'm going to film it for sure. And I may just put it in regardless, but I'm just throwing it out there. So yeah, so anyway, that's it guys. I'm going to let you guys go. And I just looked down and I couldn't see the time because of the color of the sweater. And I kind of had a panic moment thinking that perhaps it wasn't recording. And that's Bernard scratching up my furniture. This is why we can't have nice things. Excuse me. Hey. Just like children, they don't pay attention. I'm sorry, Mom, are you talking to me? Come out here. Oh, he's going to go look out the window. I don't know what this one's doing. Okay, the cats are acting weird. Clearly it's time for me to go. Thanks so much for watching this, you guys. I do hope you enjoyed this vlog. Not terribly, terribly interesting. We didn't go a lot of places. There's clearly some sort of bug on the floor. That's lovely. All right, I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys in my next vlog. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.